It doesn't say what to subscribe to.
So Noah, did you know that the Chiefs won the Super Bowl?
That's the last time that we talked about
That is the last time that we talked live, or that we talked on Dew Point Conversion. Hello, my name is Elijah Zelonky. You can introduce yourself.
Oh, I'm Noah Friedman.
You're a big boy.
And apparently there's more of me.
Yes, I interacted with a third Noah Friedman today. I know two Noah Friedmans as it is. This one, my guy. And then
but yeah, you've known me the longest.
I've known him the longest. Is OG Noah Friedman.
By far.
And then someone responded to a comment today, and his name happened to be Noah Friedman.
Spelled the exact same way as me.
Yep, the correct way. I think there's a
Noah
There really
is no correct way.
I think there's a girl Noah Friedman in one of the classes that I work at who spells it N-O-A.
Yeah, I was going to say that her name's got to be N-O-A.
That's correct, right?
Yeah,
that
that's
sounds
absolutely correct.
It's not Noah. It's Noah. But anyway.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that Super Bowl was pretty great.
What was
really
the score?
Good game. It was 38-35.
Yes, it was. That's right.
Jalen Hurts played unbelievable, but it wasn't
Except for that one key play in the second quarter. I think it was 9:47 to go in the second quarter. Luna knows.
Yeah, Luna was very excited. And my brother's here now.
Hi, Cobb.
Hello, Cobb Zelonky.
Hello.
We're currently live on the Dew Point Conversion.
He's making the funniest face right now.
No, it's okay. You don't have to worry. This is not the show that has the most of the audience, but it's okay. Barbara Gub listens though. So
that's true. Barb Gub is
our
biggest
fan.
fan.
Barb Gub. Luna, lie down. Lie down, Luna. It's my dog. It's my brother.
There he is.
I look pretty handsome today. Lie down.
That's a very narcissistic thing to say.
It's just confident, dude.
It's good. You're right. Sorry, people obviously don't know about narcissism.
People need to understand that, it's okay to love yourself and to, feel yourself a little bit. It's allowed.
You notice I'm not even looking at the screen. I'm looking at you because I personally don't like looking at myself.
Well, why? You're beautiful. Although you're having a weird hair day.
I am having a weird hair day.
Having a very weird hair day.
And also, I grew up my facial hair.
5 o'clock shadow looks good though.
Thank you.
Like it.
We keep it real casual here on the Dew Point Conversion.
That's the idea, right?
Elijah's his favorite Cubs jersey.
Yeah, well, my only Cubs jersey is Kyle Hendricks.
Kyle Hendricks
from Newport Beach, California. What he did in the NLCS and World Series in 2016, and that one game in the NLDS in 2017. Really, he's brought it for a lot of playoff performances for the Cubbies.
Can you believe it's been almost 7 years since the Cubs won the World Series?
Hey, man, I wouldn't trade it for anything.
I wouldn't either if I was a Cubs fan.
Moment of my life, easily. Maybe not easily.
I was going to say, you have a dog here.
Yeah. Sorry, Luna. Cubs winning the World Series is the best moment of my life.
Wow.
What? It's true. I mean, the day I adopted Luna it was a great day, but she still shit on the carpet, it wasn't
you didn't train her. She's a puppy.
She's a little puppy. Believe me.
Now she doesn't.
Don't get me wrong.
She doesn't do that.
Getting my dog was an amazing moment and an amazing day for me, and I love Luna more than anything in the world. And when the Cubs won the World Series, that was the best moment of my life. I'm sorry, that's just the reality. But speaking of championships, yeah, that Super Bowl, I just thought it was a great game all the way around. Yeah, maybe the Eagles got a little robbed at the end with that call, but
they really didn't, though.
They really didn't. It was the right call.
They call it
every time on those wheel routes. They do.
Yeah, James Bradbury holding Juju Smith-Schuster.
Once he admitted it, I was like, yeah.
Especially in the locker. Yeah, after the completely humble, just taking every question as it was. I'm sure. Listen, he's on a 1-year deal too. He was acquired in a trade. He's a free agent right now.
Yeah,
so it's
he played his
no
cards
regrets
right.
whatsoever.
Played his cards right there.
Absolutely.
By the way, by taking the high road.
Yeah.
Some team's gonna want him, and he's gonna make some money. And by the way, obviously we won't talk too much about the Super Bowl because
it happened literally a month and a day ago.
It was a month and a day ago, and or just a month ago, right? Wasn't it
February 12th? I
thought it was 13th.
It was the 12th.
You're probably right.
You want to know why? Because I was there.
You produced it. Yeah. Did you have fun at the Super Bowl?
I had a good time.
That's good.
Can I tell a quick story about it?
Please do.
So we had a 5-hour show on Fox,
mm-hmm.
and there were no time to go get food, no time for bathroom breaks, no time for any of that. We had to stay in our production truck for the entire 5 hours.
No time for the bathroom?
No time for the bathroom.
That's crazy.
It was awesome. Not as cool as it actually seems, though.
Fair enough.
Anyhow, so when the time did come, I immediately ran to the bathroom.
Right.
I come back to the production truck. Nobody's there. I was like, where the hell did everybody go?
Were they pranking you?
No. I'm like,
funny.
I'm literally the least important person in that production
truck. That's bullshit.
Truck.
Everyone loves you. Anyway, continue.
Well, thank you. No, but actually job-wise, I wasn't.
Fair enough.
So I start texting people, and I'm like, where did everybody go? And our credentials allowed us on-field access.
So freaking cool.
So everybody, there's that time in between when our pregame show was done and kickoff. So pregame show was ending at 4:00 Mountain Time, and 4:35, 4:40 was the kickoff.
Right.
And so obviously you have those pregame festivities where you have the Star Spangled Banner and America the Beautiful, and I don't know, a bunch of different stuff. I think Dak Prescott got the Walter Payton Man of the Year award, and everybody booed him.
Yeah, that's so funny.
So
imagine that's just an Eagles fan thing to do.
All during that moment, my coworkers were on the field.
Oh.
And they did not tell me they were going on the field. Because I would have held it a little bit longer if it meant I could go on the field.
So you didn't get to go on the field?
I didn't get to go on but this is where the story gets cool.
Right.
So, of course, I get back to the production truck. I hear the news that everybody's on the field. And I'm like, oh, that's kind of stinks, whatever. So I end up just taking a walk because I knew that I had time in between when everybody left and before our halftime, which was the next time we actually needed to be in the production truck.
Right.
And so I went, so we had like this little compound. There's a door that leads to a tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
Did not realize. So you know how both teams ran out of the same tunnel?
Yes.
So I saw this huge crowd that was gathered near one of the tunnel entrances. And I'm like, oh, this might be something cool. Turns out it's where every single player was going through. So I got to see every single player up close.
Oh, that's crazy.
Rather than, on the field, they have like a certain area.
As they were like making their entrances?
As they were making their entrances.
That's crazy.
I saw Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce literally was about to hit the ground running.
Great job on SNL, by the way.
He did a great job on SNL. So he turns around right before everybody runs out of the tunnel. He's like, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Oh,
like,
that's so cool.
I heard that. I was
did you high five any of them?
No, because I wasn't that close.
You should have high fived them.
They are larger than life human beings. They would clobber my hands.
I've high fived some very large people before. I mean, look,
Robert Quinn's one of them.
I fist bumped Calais Campbell, and my fist was okay.
When did you do that? Oh, at the NFL Honors.
Yeah,
yes,
great guy, really nice guy, by the way.
That was a year ago.
Released by the Ravens today, by the way, and we'll get into that.
We will get into that. We got a lot to talk about.
But yeah, I mean, as you can see.
But that's my story.
Yeah, that is really cool. You did get a picture. Didn't you get a picture after the game on the field?
I didn't get to
not
go
on the field,
but field.
Like field level.
I got to be on field level. Yeah, I'll show everybody a picture because everybody should follow me on Twitter, Noah Friedman _. But that's my picture right now. So let's see. There we go. All right. Can anybody see it? Nope. Your screen's too bright. Oh, there it is.
There we go.
Yeah. Now you can see it.
That's it.
Look at that.
Luna.
So that's proof that I was at the Super Bowl.
It is true. And it was at the Super Bowl.
It was pretty great.
And I'm glad you had a good time. I'm glad the Chiefs won. I'm happy with it.
I was not confident picking the Chiefs.
I was not incredibly confident either. No. It felt like one of those games that could go either way. And really, it did come down to the wire. And like I said, minus that one fumble, Jalen Hurts played a hell of a game. And the reason I keep pointing that out is because it's like Jalen Hurts did better in this game than Tom Brady has done in any of the other Super Bowls that he played, win or loss. I'm just saying, Tim Brady is the luckiest motherfucker.
Jalen Hurts Jalen Hurts literally broke the record for rushing touchdowns.
It's true.
By a quarterback in a Super Bowl.
3 rushing touchdowns for Jalen Hurts.
Yep.
In that rugby scrum play, which I love and your colleague Colin Coward hates.
I think they're getting rid of that now.
I hate that.
Right?
Why would they get rid of it? Because it works?
I don't.
That's ridiculous.
Players' safety.
It's not like a player safety. That's the most football-y play of all time. There's nothing more football than that. Like, that is like quintessential teamwork, body on body, moving the ball. My dog loves the taste of my thumb.
So, you want to know the most surprising stat about the Super Bowl? Because I wanted to mention this. So, we talk about the Eagles' defense. And again, we'll talk about them a little bit later in the show because free agency started today, technically, even though the new league year does not begin until Wednesday. The Eagles came into the Super Bowl having recorded 80 sacks.
Yeah, and they didn't get one.
They didn't get a single sack.
Yeah, that's because Mahomes kept escaping.
Yeah.
Mahomes there were times like they got pressure. People are not realizing they got pressure on Mahomes. Mahomes was just making really great plays because that's what he does.
But that's just the most surprising stat of the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that they didn't get any sacks. It was pretty surprising.
Out of all the stats.
For me,
that's the most surprising stat.
The most surprising stat was there were no holding penalties until the last play. Or not the last play, but one of the last plays.
James Bradbury.
Not that, again, like I said, I don't think the Eagles really got robbed per se because
I don't either.
they'll call that every time on those wheel routes.
It's the right call.
Unlike the Logan Wilson play last year where it was the wrong call, in my not very humble opinion. When
Cincinnati Bengals.
Yes, Bengals versus
Rams.
Anyway, yeah, so I'm just saying, great game. One of the best games. Fun party. Had a really good time. I missed my boy Noah, of course.
I would have been there.
Next year, though, because y'all aren't doing it next year. It's NBC, right?
It's CBS.
CBS? All right, cool.
But then we're doing it again the year after that.
Why?
Because the new NFL negotiations contract for television kicks in.
I see.
And so Fox is starting the new cycle because ESPN is now involved.
Speaking of new cycle, we are on an... Oh, wait, ESPN's going to get a Super Bowl?
ESPN's getting the next Super Bowl after Fox.
That's
So
crazy.
Fox is getting Super Bowl 58 to start the new cycle. It's kind of like a Marvel phase kind of thing. So Fox is getting Super Bowl 58, which is in New Orleans, and then Super Bowl 59 will be...
It is a little like Marvel.
ESPN.
It's like there was X-Men and there was Spider-Man for a while, which couldn't be in the MCU, and then he joined the MCU, and it was crazy. But
Spider-Man's produced by Sony,
right,
which is also weird.
So, yeah, so they're like... Sony's like the CBS or whatever. Anyway, that a bit of a rabbit hole there. Free agency, man. As a Bears fan, I'm really excited.
I'm surprised that you didn't want to talk about the draft first.
Well, I mean, we had a lot to catch up on.
Because I was trying to do chronological.
Oh, what up, Alex? What up, Alex Saiwan? Look at these two OGs, he said.
Oh, Alex Saiwan.
Welcome to the show, Alex Saiwan. Glad.
Fun fact, Alex Saiwan was at my bar mitzvah.
Fun fact, Alex Saiwan was at my bar mitzvah. No, he was.
I wasn't at your bar mitzvah.
You were at my bar mitzvah. You were at my bar mitzvah.
I was definitely at your bar mitzvah. Oh, my God. Your bar mitzvah's at camp.
It's true. But yeah, Alex Saiwan, great guy. Two OGs.
I was also at Alex Saiwan's bar mitzvah.
It's true. He was at Alex Saiwan's bar mitzvah.
That was a fun party.
Great guy, that Saiwan.
I still have that CD.
A Cubs fan and a professional broadcaster. Hey, man, I'm a professional broadcaster, too.
I was going to say, I'm the Cubs fan in this sense.
Yeah,
you're the professional broadcaster. Yeah. Elijah is churning out content like there's no tomorrow.
This is true.
This is the only thing I have to fall back on. This is the only thing I'm professionally doing.
Dew point conversion?
Yes.
Well, what about, no, you're Fox Sports. You work at
I'm
Fox
not
Sports.
Broadcasting at Fox
Sports.
Sports.
That's true, but you're still doing stuff.
I am, but...
Yeah, no, Alex, you would not have been at mine because you were Chavarim. That was my Chavarim year, was at camp. And you were session 3 that year. But anyway,
wow,
a bit of a tangent again.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think what were we talking about before?
We're talking about free agency, but then I wanted to divert it back because the Bears did something in the draft.
Yeah, okay. So the Bears trade their number 1 overall pick to the Carolina Panthers, and in return they get an absolute haul. And Alex is acknowledging our joke. Always appreciate that. Really cool, Alex, to tune in.
Yeah, thanks, Alex.
So they trade back. They pick up first-round pick. Obviously, they
the first-round pick in this. Yeah,
they swap picks with Carolina.
Yep.
So they're picking at number 9 now.
Mm-hmm.
They get a second-round pick this year.
Pick number 61.
Pick number 61. Yes, they get a first-round pick next year and a second-round pick next year. So if you're keeping track, that is 4 picks.
2 first and 2 second.
2 first and 2 second. And perhaps most exciting of all, wide receiver DJ Moore, who is an excellent player, absolute stud, really, at the receiver position. I was watching his highlights, all weekend, or since the trade happened,
obsessing over it.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's so good. And I mean, I've seen him play. Obviously, like I'm sure we've talked about him before on this show because he's a really good football player. And,
yes, he is.
We talk football, but I think he's just gonna come right in and mesh so well with the receivers the Bears already have. Chase Claypool getting healthy, Darnell Mooney completely has exceeded the expectations of him since becoming an NFL player.
Unfortunate to get hurt.
Yeah, he got hurt last year at like the most inconvenient time.
Yep.
Tell your colleague Colin Coward that, by the way, that Claypool and Mooney were both hurt last year.
I saw him the other day. We nodded.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
that's pretty
it was kind of cool.
You should give him a big hug next time. No, I'm kidding.
Don't think I would do that.
Probably not.
He would
probably not
fire me. Well, he can't fire me.
Fire you. But
security.
If you saw Joy Taylor, you should hug Joy.
That would be really bad.
That'd be harassment.
Yeah, I would not do that.
But anyhow, yeah, I mean, that's a really strong receiving core. 3 really, really good receivers right there.
And the Bears finally have a number 1.
And
that is a clear-cut number 1 receiver.
Oh, no doubt.
The Bears picked up.
Easily a number 1 receiver. I mean, he made a lot of not so good quarterbacks for Carolina look really good. And, like So, all the respect in the world for Baker Mayfield, PJ Walker, and Sam Darnold, but they're not exactly the cream of the NFL crop. And I'm excited to see what DJ Moore is going to be able to do with Justin Fields and with, Claypool on the other side and Mooney in the slot. Cole Kmet, obviously. I don't think we're going to re-sign Montgomery, but, Khalil Herbert.
Got to shore up that backfield.
But I'm not concerned about that because running backs are a dime a dozen nowadays. And then the Bears went out and made a bunch of other big signings today. Just to make sure I have them all, I took notes. I notes-apped it.
Wow.
We got Tremaine Edmonds from the Buffalo Bills, middle linebacker. In other words,
24 years old still.
The next Brian Urlacher.
Ooh.
We got linebacker TJ Edwards from the Philadelphia Eagles on a $19.5 million deal over 3 years.
I think it's a homecoming for him.
And he is the next Lance Briggs. We got guard Nate Davis from the Tennessee Titans. Really, really good guard. Titans fans rave about him. Absolute dog. Run game, pass game. Really, really good player. Instant upgrade at the guard position and kind of anchors that offensive line in a lot of ways. And then we got a defensive lineman just now from the Titans, defensive end DeMarcus Walker, which is a great football name, by the way. DeMarcus Walker. It just works.
He's got to run.
Oh, shut up. That was pretty funny.
Thank you.
I wonder if he's related to Todd Walker of the Chicago Cubs and Boston Red Sox and LSU.
What about Larry Walker of the Colorado Rockies?
And St. Louis Cardinals?
Yes.
And Montreal Expos, perhaps?
I don't think... Yes, it was in Montreal.
He was an Expo?
Yes,
yeah.
He was.
Expose these nuts. Sorry.
Got him!
Got him.
Sorry.
But yeah, that's a $14 million deal over 2 years. Really good value signing there. I think he is going to bring a lot. He had 7 sacks last year in more of a rotational role. But, at 280, I think he's like 6'4". He really fits this Eberflus scheme. Tampa 2, you want really big defensive linemen. He's going to come in and be an instant upgrade over Travis Gibson, who I like but isn't a scheme fit, and Al-Qadim Muhammad, who is a terrible football player. No offense, Al-Qadim. You're not on the team anymore. I shouldn't rag on you. And, I mean, you made it to the NFL. You're more talented than I am at football. But, yeah, it wasn't very
So
good.
can I tell you the one bad thing about the trade? Just one thing.
What is it?
I want to pick one. So there
pick a bone.
So there are a ton of teams that need quarterbacks.
Yes.
The Colts need a quarterback. The Texans need a quarterback.
Yes.
I can't really. The Raiders not anymore.
Raiders signed Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yep, the Raiders signed Jimmy Garoppolo. But what I'm saying is the Bears traded back and now they're at number 9. So
yeah, it's
just
a little
thinking
bit far.
about, I was going to say it's a very far slide down.
But who are we going to get from the Texans or the Colts that's better than DJ Moore?
Well, I mean, I don't know if the trade would have worked if DJ Moore hadn't been involved. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. The Texans would have had to trade away like Nico Collins.
Sure.
Raw prospect.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the Bears are probably asking.
I want a guy who we know is good at football. DJ Moore is good at football.
And then the Bears are probably asking for like Michael Pittman.
Yeah, and
I don't think they had trade talks. I'm just saying.
By the way, I do like DJ Moore more than Michael Pittman. So, but yeah, they probably did have trade talks. I mean, there was probably a lot of trade talks for that number 1 overall pick. I'm happy with it. I know trading back to 9 isn't the best because
Jalen Carter, who, by the way, since we last talked to you, was not arrested. Was he arrested?
I don't remember. I know
he was charged. He was charged with reckless driving.
Yeah, he's got some off the field trouble. I'm not
which was kind of weird because he literally got charged when he was in Indianapolis for the combine, went to Athens, answered questions, went to the police station, then came back the next day to the combine.
That's a football move right there. That's a football guy right there.
I mean, yeah, I think that's more NFL than anything.
Yeah, right.
So,
there's that. But yeah, I mean, look, yeah, definitely a lot of baggage there with Carter. If he falls to the Bears, I'd be delighted, to have him on that defensive line. I don't care about. Look, I root for the front of the jersey. I root for the side of the helmets.
It's the most cliche thing you've ever said.
It's true though. I do. I mean, yeah, I don't really want to support like rapists, but reckless driving incident that happens. Like,
well, we're not live. Now we're live.
No, we were live. We just weren't loud.
Oh.
All right. Sorry about that.
We could have been like.
Yeah, like.
Could have done anything.
But we're good.
Alex Saiwan stopped watching, by the way.
That's okay. But also this isn't accurate. But what was I going to say? The
Jalen Carter.
Jalen Carter is. I mean, look, he's supposed to be a really good player, kind of a raw prospect. Also, not really like he doesn't have a very high motor based on what I saw in the Ohio State game. And obviously against who did they play?
TCU.
That was different. Like Georgia just absolutely steamrolled those fuckers. But like against Ohio State, Jalen Carter really didn't have much of an impact on that game, as evidenced by the 41, I believe, points scored by OSU.
I was gonna say it was a very offensive-minded game.
I'm not as high on Jalen Carter as I once was, just from a pure football standpoint. And the off-the-field stuff, sure, that's not great either. But that being said, I can see him falling to 9, and I can see the Bears getting him. Miles Murphy, I can see him falling to 9 too. I really like him. There's some good defensive line prospects in this draft, and I'm pretty sure the Bears will end up going that way. They'll still get a really good player at 9. They're still getting a top 10 player in college football. Like that's pretty cool.
It's pretty good.
And
Ryan Poles is a genius.
He's been doing awesome.
He's fleecing out there.
He's been doing work. We didn't play Roquan Smith, but we get 2 linebackers for cheaper, really good players.
I was going to say if the Bears didn't do those free agent signings, or I guess they'll become official on Wednesday. Nolan Smith, the Georgia linebacker, who ended up running that sub 4.4 at the combine. Dude is a freak.
Yeah, he's meant for. He is built for a 3-4 scheme.
And he missed both college football playoff games.
I've been a big Nolan Smith fan. I don't think he'd be a good fit on the Bears though because of the scheme. Like he's like meant to be a 3-4 linebacker.
That's why they signed the linebackers.
And that's why we signed Tremaine Edmonds, who's a true, and TJ Edwards, who are true like every down linebackers. Somehow, Bills fans say that Edmonds isn't very good in coverage. But he was ranked the highest on PFF, so I don't know what's going on. They also have
Matt Milano, who's very good in coverage.
This is true.
It's just like saying, oh, the Bills have 2 linebackers who are very good. One just happens to be better than the other in coverage.
Right,
but that's not saying that PFF, Tremaine Edmonds isn't bad.
But PFF still has Edmonds at the number 1 ranked cover linebacker. I'm pretty sure. I could double check on that.
That's Chris Collinsworth. That is.
Yeah, that's Chris Collinsworth. Here's a guy. But yeah, I'm very excited with what the Bears are doing. And I mean, look, it's not me being a homer. We're talking about the Bears because the Bears have made the biggest move so far this offseason.
And I also might become a Bears fan.
I'm excited for that day when it's going to happen. Hopefully,
it was there. There's 2 dominoes. The first domino fell and was successful in the fact that the Colts didn't hire Jeff Saturday to be the head coach permanently. Now it's Shane Steichen, which I'm very happy about.
Yes.
For this coaching cycle, of course.
Sure.
The second domino, the Colts still have the 4th overall pick. It's going to be pretty likely that the Arizona Cardinals are going to trade out of that 3rd spot. That means the Colts have a big dilemma to focus on. Do they wait for the 4th best quarterback prospect to fall off the board? And if that's the case, that's going to be Will Levis.
If they draft Will Levis, you're a Bears fan.
I'm a Bears fan if the Colts draft Will Levis.
Yeah, no, I get that. I mean, and look, we'll welcome you with open arms. Hopefully it happens because I love to watch some Bears games with you. Get back on that.
I like the Bears.
Train. Yeah, I know you like the Bears, but
I like the history.
I want you to love the Bears with me. Join me.
Wow.
Speaking of join me, that's kind of what some of the Jets fans have been saying, Jets players have been saying.
I'm honestly surprised you're bringing this up right now. I didn't think we'd be talking about this.
About Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah.
Why not?
You hate him.
Of course I hate him.
But you won't hate him as much.
Why would that mean we're not going to talk about him? Like he lives rent free in my head. He takes up so much space. I mean, he owns me. Remember, he's my owner. He pretty much owns he owns like 46% or let's say 45% of my brain. Like 32% of it, we'll say.
He owns all the McCaskies.
Yeah, no, he takes up a lot of space up here. And also because, he's really good at football and he always beats the Bears. It makes a lot of sense. Also, it's big football news.
Huge.
Also, I mean, that, how good I think he is as a player. So, of course we're going to talk about Aaron Rodgers. Why wouldn't we talk about Aaron Rodgers? He's the most important person of the whole free agency cycle.
Yep.
Why would we not talk about it?
No, this is great. I just wanted to hype you up for this. Look I got Elijah in the best state. It worked.
Well, look, all I know is Trey Wingo's it's as good as done. Fuck Trey Wingo. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Why?
He doesn't know what he's talking about.
What do you mean?
I like Trey Wingo, but he said it's as good as done. That's not true. It's not done though. As good as done doesn't mean anything. That's like saying, "Hey, are you sure my parachute's gonna work?" Yeah, probably. Like it's not very reassuring.
Well, you just said probably, which means it's likely.
Likely, but it's not. That doesn't mean it's set in stone. Look, I'm not going to be happy about this until the trade is official.
Also,
ding dong, the witch is dead.
Also, what is the trade going to be?
I don't care.
That's the thing.
I don't care. I really don't care.
So
I really don't care what it's going to be. I want Aaron Rodgers out. May God bless and keep Aaron Rodgers far away from me.
So Aaron Rodgers is in the second year of his $150 million deal.
Second
year of a 3. And he went to Oregon since we last talked. And he went into this dark room for 3 days and then came back out, emerged from the darkness. He apparently met with Jets officials, including their owner, Woody Johnson.
Yes.
And
Woody Johnson.
It's a really unfortunate name.
Former
ambassador to the UK, by the way.
Oh, well.
That's
okay.
That's something. Anyhow, so this has been, as Elijah said, the biggest trade talk. Obviously, last season, we were like, is Aaron Rodgers going to be in Green Bay? And then sure enough, the night before free agency officially kicked off, he re-signed with the Packers. Now, we're on the eve of the night before free agency kicks off. Is there going to be a decision tomorrow? That's the thing.
I mean, look. Dude.
Or if you're watching on the East Coast, which no one's watching, I see that 0. It's now 12:44.
You don't need to point that out.
I know. I'm sorry.
Like, don't point that out. It's ridiculous. But anyway, what were you saying?
Saying 12:44 a.m.
Yeah, 12:44. I mean, look. I mean, we could get that notification any second now. Like, I'm gonna do a quick Twitter. Look, I don't
think it's gonna happen.
I searched Rodgers obsessively on my Google. You don't think he's gonna leave? Or
No. Right now.
What do you think is gonna happen?
I don't know. That's the thing. Everybody. Okay, here's the thing. Aaron Rodgers has gone on record, says he could still play. He won 2 MVPs when everybody said he was washed. I just don't know
I wasn't saying he was washed.
No, I didn't say you. I
said everyone. Everyone except Elijah.
You're right. Fine. I don't know what the Jets can give him.
I think they could give him. I mean, what the Jets could give up, they'll probably just give up like 2 first-round picks and like 2 second-round picks.
I was also more so just saying on the field what the Jets can give him.
They could give him 3 really good receivers in Elijah Moore, DJ Wilson.
Garrett Wilson.
Garrett Wilson. Elijah Moore, DJ Moore was on the mind.
Yep.
And there's another guy.
There's another guy? Well, they released Braxton Berrios.
They have another really good receiver.
Do they?
It's not Crowder anymore.
Corey Davis?
Yeah, Corey Davis is pretty good.
It's okay.
I mean, look, James Jones was just an okay receiver, but with Aaron Rodgers, he turned into a god.
Jordy Nelson, too.
Jordy Nelson, yeah. I think Jordy Nelson would have put up like Pro Bowl numbers without Aaron Rodgers at quarterback. No. But anyway, Aaron Rodgers, yeah, I'm hoping he goes to the Jets, but I think he's going to stay in Green Bay because, I mean, I think the whole point of this is to troll me specifically. Aaron Rodgers is doing everything he's doing right now.
He's speaking to you?
Because he is mad at me personally for being a Bears fan. I root against him.
So he knows that you're a Bears fan.
It's me. This is personal. He is doing all of this to get at me.
Okay.
Yes.
He's playing mind games with you.
He's playing mind games with Elijah.
So what happens when the trade does happen? What will your first reaction be?
I have a playlist ready for when the trade happens. And I'm going to run around and jump and scream and, just celebrate my liberation in the streets when Aaron Rodgers finally either hangs it up or gets traded. I'm very prepared for that moment.
That's true. Insiders have been saying that.
Watch as Jordan Love just like kicks ass.
Honestly, I'd love that.
Shut up. Oh, haha, I get it.
Anyhow, so it's either Aaron Rodgers goes to the Jets or he retires. That's what I've heard analysts say.
He doesn't go back to Green Bay?
Right.
Yeah, I think that's cap. I think he's going back. He's not. You think he's gonna turn down?
No, I didn't say that. I'm saying that's what people have been.
That's
saying.
fair. No,
I have not offered what I think.
I know that you haven't offered that, but I'm saying like, do they really think that? Anyway, what do you think is gonna happen then?
I think the same as you. I think he'll stay in Green Bay.
Okay.
I don't think he'll be very happy, but
it's cool with me if he's not happy. That's great.
Because I don't know how much Green Bay trusts Jordan Love right now. I don't know how well Jordan Love can step in and guide the ship.
He's got some pretty big shoes to fill.
It took Aaron Rodgers 3 seasons to get to a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That's hard.
It's hard. It is hard to get to a Super Bowl. I'm hoping.
I
But
don't
look, I mean, eventually, every cow. I don't know where I'm going with that analogy. Eventually,
You
like
count the cows. Oh no, you count sheep.
everyone's got to retire sometimes, right?
Mhm.
And it would be cool if Aaron Rodgers' time is now. And it's like, at a certain point with Jordan Love, they're gonna have to move on from him, right? Like, because he's not gonna he wants to play football. He was a first round pick, and like he's gonna want to get his opportunity. So really, I mean, remember when Aaron Rodgers said, like, I don't want to hold anyone hostage? He's holding everyone hostage right now.
Well, because, and here's the most hypocritical thing. He literally goes on the Pat McAfee show every week, and he said, you're going to be hearing from me very soon.
And Pat McAfee's like,
Okay, well, that's beside the point.
Yeah,
what I'm saying is Aaron Rodgers talks, and what he says is bull.
Yeah, no, Aaron Rodgers talks so much and says so little.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't say shit about shit. He just, he's a very confused man, that Aaron Rodgers, I'll tell you that. Anyone who talks about, like, their self-love as much as Aaron Rodgers does, like, you know they got some issues. They got some serious issues.
You want to talk about other quarterback movement?
Please,
we talked Jimmy Garoppolo for a second.
Yeah,
he finally got released from the 49ers and is signing a 3-year, $67.5 million contract
Jimmy
with
G,
the Raiders.
That's stupid. He's too pretty to be a Raider.
He kind of doesn't fit the Raiders persona. That's
fit the
so
Raiders
true.
Even a little bit.
But the only reason is because he's reuniting with his former offensive coordinator in New England, Josh McDaniels, who helped get Jimmy Garoppolo to San Francisco for a 6th round pick, mind you.
That was a 2nd round pick.
I thought it was a 6th round.
They got a second.
They got a second?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, did they spend it well?
Let's find out.
Transactions.
Jimmy
I thought it was
Garoppolo.
a 6th.
Oh, to the 49ers today. Oh, I thought you meant with the Patriots back in the day. Oh, hey, what up, 7-Up? Holy shit, Tremaine Edmonds knows. Hey, man.
I don't get it.
I don't get it either, but it's really good for sniffing out offensive schemes. That much.
That was funny.
But no, Jimmy G's
a Raider.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't work. It's not going to work. He's instantly the worst quarter. Like, it's a downgrade from Carr, first of all, because Derek Carr is a better regular season player than Jimmy G is. He's only had one playoff game. He wasn't bad.
Who, by the way, went to the Saints, Derek Carr.
Right.
Which is weird.
He doesn't have the luxury of an elite defense anymore.
Jimmy Garoppolo?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
And he doesn't
the Raiders
have those,
defense stinks.
He's got some weapons, that's for sure. So they might put up some points, but like, he's the worst quarterback in that division, and it isn't close. Obviously, like, Russell Wilson had a rough year. He's going to be fine this year with Sean Payton.
Yep.
And then Herbert's really good, and Pat Mahomes he's Patrick Mahomes. So I don't know, man. I don't think it's a very Raiders move to try to fit a square peg in a round hole.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, like, he just doesn't fit the Raiders. He just doesn't fit the Raiders persona.
I mean, he fits the Raiders scheme because obviously his head coach was his coordinator.
Sure, but it doesn't fit the Raiders vibe.
No, it doesn't.
This is purely based on vibes. This is not going to work.
He's going to be at a lot of casinos, and also on.
Maybe now that he's in Vegas, he could finally like up his game with the ladies. I'm sure he really struggles in that department.
I mean, going from San Francisco to Las Vegas.
Yeah, no, exactly. I'm sure he had a really hard time getting girls because, he's just like, I don't want to keep going with this joke. The joke is that he obviously has an easy time getting women because he
went on a date with an adult film actress, didn't he?
A porn star, we call them on this show. Yeah, I think so.
I didn't realize that. Sorry.
No, you're good. But no, look, Jimmy G, he is a professional NFL quarterback, and he looks like what he looks like. He doesn't have any problems in that department. That's the joke. That was the bit I was going for.
Got it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
No worries. But yeah, Jimmy G to the Raiders, and the Raiders send Derek Carr to the Saints, or do they send him over?
They didn't send him.
Free agent.
Yep.
They metaphorically send him over to the Saints.
Essentially.
And now Derek Carr goes from being the worst quarterback in that division to being the best in his division.
Which
and
is
again,
weird.
It's not even close. Now he has a defense to work with. He's got a franchise that's established themselves as being able to win, even without Drew Brees. Like, the Saints have been able to put up like decent seasons, not great, but 500 seasons. Now you have a good quarterback, solid, consistent in there. I think he's going to do really well with the Saints. I think he's definitely going to win a division this year, especially now that the Panthers traded away their best receiver and McCaffrey last year. The Atlanta Falcons made a big signing today with Jesse Bates and Lindstrom, the guard or the center.
And they also traded for John U. Smith.
And they traded for John U. Smith,
who just didn't do anything in New England.
Interesting to have John. He did. Yeah,
he did nothing.
He did in Madden, but John U. Smith and Kyle Pitts. That's an interesting pairing, but like I don't think Desmond Ridder is going to be the guy yet. Nope. I like Desmond Ridder, but I don't think he's ready.
Nope.
And then, I mean, the Bucs lost a pretty good quarterback in the off season,
Tim Brady,
who, by the way, rumors he wants to come back, but he's like, I just bought my daughter a cat, dude. He's so out of touch with reality. Remember when he was like...
He's very funny on social media.
He's kind of funny, I guess. He's not a human being, though. It's like, he's like, anyone who thinks that I have time to play football hasn't just bought their daughter a 2-month-old cat. It's like, dude, you could play football, and like cats are self-sustaining. Like the whole idea of getting a cat is that they could pretty much take care of themselves, minus, getting the food and whatnot. Like my dog, I got to take care of my dog like crazy. But cats take care of themselves. Cats are much easier to care for. And I think his daughter's probably like 10, and he's got he could afford a babysitter. It's like I don't know. To me, that was like the dumbest explanation of why he's not coming back. But anyway, I'm not talking about Tim Brady because he's retired. I'm talking about the Buccaneers,
who have one quarterback on their roster right now, Kyle Trask.
Kyle Trask. We don't know how he is at football.
We know how he is in college football.
He's pretty good in college. But point is, I think the Saints are going to make some noise. I think the Saints are going to be a really good team next year. And the Derek Carr signing is good.
And it makes sense because his head coach, Dennis Allen, drafted him when he was the head coach of the Raiders.
It's funny how it goes full circle like that.
Full circle. And
time is a flat circle.
You know what's funny? And people aren't going to be talking about this enough because Derek Carr is Derek Carr. But Jameis Winston re-signed with the Saints.
Yeah.
There could be a quarterback competition. I'm not saying
a little bit. Carr should probably win it.
It'll drum up some conversation. I'm sure Derek Carr is going to win the job. But
I was very surprised to see Jameis Winston resign in New Orleans. I guess he just likes being in New Orleans.
I mean, I would love being in New Orleans. I've been to New Orleans one time.
Don't they have a lot of crab legs there? Isn't that like a big thing in seafood? And
catfish.
Oh, well,
probably.
Crab legs are also.
I don't know. They're known for Cajun food.
Either way, maybe a bit of a QB controversy. Probably not though.
It's not a controversy. It'll be a very healthy competition because Jameis has been a backup in New Orleans. Jameis has done everything right.
Well,
I think he's a consummate professional.
In some ways, yeah, sure. Maybe before he was a professional, he wasn't consummate.
I was going to say, Florida State, that's a whole other
story. Hey, like it seems like he's turned a corner.
Speaking of Florida State, I forgot to say, the Rams made a deal. This wasn't free agency. This was a trade. The Rams traded Jalen Ramsey to the Dolphins.
Miami. That was huge.
The Dolphins are going for it all.
Oh, yeah.
They've got your former coordinator, Vic Fangio, as the defensive coordinator.
Big signing for them. Big signing.
They were able to get David Long from the Tennessee Titans in free agency.
Didn't they just get a quarterback? Mike White.
They did. They got Mike White, former Jet.
Mike White. So he'll have some competition with Tua Tagovailoa. Tua turned the ball over.
Tua got his fifth-year option picked up. He's going to be making $23 million this year.
And good for him. He needs it for the medical expenses.
I was going to say, we talked about his medical history.
I think that
gotta be healthy.
I think that the reason why he keeps getting head injuries is because the dolphin on the Dolphins helmet doesn't wear a helmet anymore. It's just like a dolphin jumping through a ring. So the dolphin isn't well protected, and so he's not well protected. If the Dolphins go back to their old uniforms where the dolphin is wearing a helmet, Tua will be much, much safer out there.
They wear those still from time to time.
Yeah, but not when he's gotten injured.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
That was a funny joke, by the way. But also
causation and correlation, man.
Still feel bad for Tua.
Yeah, I do feel bad for Tua. I hope he, and I'm critical of him as a player, but like, don't want to see anyone get hurt like that. That's crazy, except Aaron Rodgers. So it's I definitely prayers out for Tua. I hope he, makes a full recovery from all that crazy concussion shit that he's had.
If Miami stays healthy, they're going to challenge Buffalo for the AFC East.
And if the Jets get Aaron Rodgers, they might win the AFC East. I'm still hoping that the stunt is pulled and that Aaron Rodgers just shows up in New England and the rest of the NFL gets to experience this majestic thing. How cool that'd be so fucking cool.
Did you design that?
I did not. I wish I did. I found it online.
That's really cool.
It's a great
shout out to whoever
made this, by the way. Yeah, I've used this and I'm sorry I've been using it, but
no, don't be sorry.
You don't put a name on it.
You're giving them exposure.
But this is the coolest thing. Great Photoshop, and also come on, that's
it looks great.
Ring after ring after ring. Maybe not anymore because Rodgers is pretty old and Belichick is pretty old, but I don't know. Maybe the Patriots will just shock everyone and make that trade with the Packers. They won't.
They won't.
But hey, Mac Jones is supposed to be great. Maybe they should Jordan Love and Aaron Rodgers for Mac Jones. I'd love that. I think that'd be a really good move for Green Bay. If you're listening, is it Ted Thompson? Is his name?
No, he's the former GM, and he's unfortunately passed away.
Oh, R.I.P. Ted Thompson.
Mark Murphy.
I always confuse Ted Phillips and Ted Thompson, which is the worst thing because like
Ted Phillips is retiring literally in a few weeks.
Thank God.
And Kevin Warren's going to become the new CEO of the Bears.
He's basically the new CEO of the Bears.
It's great. So you're thinking of Mark Murphy, who's the president, and then Brian Gutekunst is the general manager of the Packers.
Right.
So
well, Brian, if you're listening,
saying, yeah,
Brian Gutekunst, if you're listening, I think you should absolutely trade the entire farm for Nathan Peterman or Mac Jones. Honestly, fine. I'm not picky. Brian Hoyer. Who's the other guy? Bailey Zappi. Go get Bailey Zappi.
Love Bailey Zappi.
Yeah, go get
Bailey Zappi. Was very admirable last season.
Yeah, I mean, he walked so Brock Purdy could run. He really set the table for Brock Purdy.
That was another. So
Sam Darnold's on the Niners.
Sam Darnold's on the Niners, and Brock Purdy had successful Tommy John surgery since we last talked. Too.
Good for Brock, man. Good for Brock. Honestly, like that I was worried about him after that injury. And
hey, now
it's good to
you're
see
a Brock star.
That was really good. I want to Brock and roll all night and Purdy every day. I did not come up with that.
Whoa!
I wish I did. No,
that was cool.
part of my take came up with that, and then your colleague Colin Coward stole it.
Did he?
It was the whole thing.
Colin says some funny things.
Where Colin was fucked up. But
I don't think he says that. I think he says
where Colin was right. Where
Colin was wrong.
Anyhow, did you see my segment by the way? Here,
no.
Let me find it real quick.
What segment?
So I do a segment on.
I saw something that just said segment.
Calling them out.
Well, what was that last? The one on the right that looked like Super Mario.
Oh yeah, it's him pretending to be Aaron Rodgers. He does that whole bit. But yeah, that's when I call out Colin Coward on my other show. Easy Does It. I do that little sequence.
How often do you tape Easy Does It? Every week?
Every Thursday.
Every Thursday at 6 o'clock?
6:30 Pacific time, 9:30 Eastern time. It's always fun. I got DJ Moore coming on next show. Former Panther and Chicago Bears legend DJ Moore, the cornerback. He's coming on my show. It's going to be great. A lot of fun.
More enthusiasm.
Anyhow, no, I think Sam Darnold to the 49ers, like, he could be good. He showed flashes of decency with the Panthers. If he's going to play, sure. But, like, that'll be a QB competition for sure. And, I mean, that's a talented-ass roster. You got not one but two Swiss Army knives in CMC and Deebo Samuel.
Yep.
You got your Brandon Ayuk. McGlinchey's gone to the Broncos, by the way. That
forks up, Brandon Ayuk.
That's a shaka.
No, this is forks up.
There's very little difference.
Whatever.
But yeah, Brandon Ayuk, McCaffrey, obviously George Kittle. Like, it's a quarterback heaven, and they still got Trent Williams. So we'll see how Darnold does over there. I think he's quite good.
The 49ers made free agency news today. They've signed Javon Hargrave.
Oh, yeah, Eagles. That's right. That's a huge one.
That is the biggest contract I saw today.
Yeah, no, that's
$84 million over 4 years.
Yeah, that's huge, and that's the one I'm jealous of because he had a fucking awesome season. That guy, he's a beast.
Dude got home, and he gets to be on a defensive line with Javon Kinlaw, with Eric Armstead,
and of course the great Nick Bosa.
Right. Think about it. It's the best front four in the NFL right now.
Oh, well, I'd argue it's been the best front four just because, I mean, Armstead's really good, but like
it's even better.
Now it's even better.
They got better.
The rich get richer, right?
How the hell did that happen?
This is a defensive tackle who had 11 sacks last season. 11 sacks for a defensive tackle. That's insane. And he's only 30. His 40 time is 6.9. Nice. Let's find it. 4.93. He's not like the fastest Joe.
No, but like what I'm saying is, dude gets home.
Oh, no, he's a great player.
I already said that, but I don't care.
No, he gets to the quarterback. He stops the run. I'm a little upset the Bears didn't get him, but like that's a need.
Upset. The Bears need offensive and defensive linemen.
Really, but mainly defensive linemen.
They got
our offensive line. Like Justin Fields is mobile, which makes up for bad offensive line play. Like people forget the whole like the appeal of a mobile quarterback is that the offensive line doesn't have to be perfect all the time.
That's why Russell Wilson was complaining about his time in Seattle. Just didn't have a good offensive line.
Yeah, but he was good.
I know.
He was really good.
Because he's mobile.
Yeah. But
argument.
Yes. But it's also like, I mean, they did get Nate Davis, who's a really good like anchor for that. Sure, I'd like to get an upgrade on the two bookend tackles, and well, actually, I like Braxton Jones, but one bookend tackle in the center over Sam Mustipher, but defensive line, like, we couldn't get home at all. I do like the DeMarcus Walker signing. I think that's huge. He was really solid for the Titans last season, but like he can't be the only one. We need a little more than just him. But then again, like, it is nice to upgrade in all sorts of different positions for the Bears. But why am I talking about the Bears? It is not about the Bears. It's about the Bears. It's a little bit about the Bears. It's a little bit about the Bears. But
we love the Bears on the 2-point conversion.
Oh, of course, it's my team. But no. Geno Smith signing with the Seahawks is big. Extending his
good for him.
Good for him. Good for them. They have a good quarterback. He's a good quarterback,
and they have the number 5 overall pick in this year's draft. At this point in this episode they
might challenge San Francisco next year. I don't think they will, but they might. There's a chance.
The Rams are now in a rebuild mode after trading away Jalen Ramsey.
I wonder if Aaron Donald will be the next to go.
That would, listen.
Imagine Bears trade two first-round picks for him. Oh my God, I would cry.
Yeah, what if the Bears trade the 9th overall pick
for Aaron Donald? I would cry, like, tears of so much joy. Look, I would give up. I would cut off. How many toes would I give up for Aaron Donald? Probably 4.
I don't know why you would.
4 toes for Aaron Donald.
Why would you do that?
Because then I get a really good pass rusher.
But
I'd give up home and none. Not roast beef, not market, and not wee. But I'd give up home and none for Aaron Donald.
Okay.
No doubt about it.
Good.
I don't know. Would you not give up any toes for any good players?
No.
Oh, I guess that's fair. If the Bears get Aaron Donald, I get a tattoo.
Of what?
Aaron Donald on my testicle.
That's a sight.
No, I wouldn't do that. I'll probably get.
I don't think you're allowed to do that.
I also I don't want to get a tattoo. I have no interest in that. I really like. I'm not a big needles guy, but I'll do something crazy if the Bears get. He's not on the block. Why am I even talking about this? It's not like they're going to trade him.
Yeah, he's committed.
Well, actually, Fox Sports insider Noah Friedman told me otherwise.
No.
What other news is there in football? I feel like we're missing stuff.
Jason Kelsey's coming back for another season.
Yes, good for
I found
Jason.
that to be very surprising. I thought he would be done.
I'm not surprised by it. After losing the Super Bowl, you can't have that be your last game.
He's already done all that he can do. He's been all pro. He's won a Super Bowl.
But he wants to do it again, and I like that.
I guess.
I respect the hell out of it. The Orange Rush, Denver signing defensive end Allen.
That's Zach Allen.
From
the Arizona Cardinals. He reunites with his former defensive coordinator, Vance Joseph.
Good player.
Zach Allen's, he's fine.
Decent.
I don't know if he's worth 3 years, 45.
Vikings releasing Za'Darius. The Colts signed a Gay. What's his name? Willie Gay? Not Willie Gay.
No, Matt Gay.
Matt Gay, right. To biggest free agent deal ever for a kicker.
I didn't even realize that.
Yeah,
that's news to me.
The Vikings are getting.
How much did the Colts give Matt Gay?
Let's find it out. Nope, that's a video.
Is this clickbait on NFL.com right now? Oh, I guess not.
4-year, $22.5 million for a kicker, dude.
Yeesh.
Congratulations. That's so gay. I get it. It's like
gay. Well, I'm supposed to be happy.
Yes,
that's the literal translation
of gay.
Listen. Chase McLaughlin filled in quite well after Rodrigo Blankenship basically kicked the bed.
Beware all villains. I'm Blankenship.
Haha.
It's a Robbo reference.
Beware all villains. I'm Blankenship.
But anyway,
yeah.
Hey, congrats on getting a really great kicker, man. That's awesome. Really good offseason for you guys.
That's crazy. The Colts have cap room. Didn't think they'd spend it on a kicker, but okay.
It's pretty crazy, but hey, congrats, I guess. Za'Darius replacement. Viking signing defensive end Davenport.
Oh, it's probably Marcus Davenport.
Yeah, it's a good signing for them. I don't know if he's an upgrade over Za'Darius Smith. I want the Bears to get Za'Darius Smith.
I saw David Onyemata signed somewhere. Falcons, I believe.
Onyemata?
Yeah. Falcon or defensive lineman for the Saints. Onyemata.
Yeah, the Saints aren't really keeping many players because they're very much in cap trouble.
You said they were saving for the division this year.
Well, I think they're going to win the division, but they haven't been keeping a lot of players still. I still think they're a really good team. Still got that linebacker, I think. Right?
Which linebacker?
Why am I blanking? I'm going to look it up real quick because I'm very mad at myself for not knowing this.
I was going to say, everything.
Murray Davis.
Yeah, he's still there.
Yeah. And he's like the heart and soul of that defense. So I think
He
I think the defense will still be good. Also, they're playing in a shit division right now. We got a couple people. But
Hi, couple people.
hello. But yeah, I'm just saying I do think the Saints will be moderately competitive next season, and they will win the division. But yeah, I feel like they're losing a lot of people. They lost Davenport, obviously. They lost another player. I can't remember. Do you remember Andy Dalton? Huge.
Well, the Saints have their quarterback.
No, I feel like they released. I feel like they released someone else, but it's slipping my mind. But that's okay. What's his name?
Dalvin Tomlinson.
Dalvin Tomlinson, Tomlinson.
Dalvin Tomlinson.
Former Viking, who the Vikings are in big trouble. Yeah, that's nice. That I didn't know about that. I'm very happy about that.
They also released Adam Thielen.
Tomlinson's a good player.
Adam Thielen got cut by the Vikings.
Thielen gets cut by the Vikings.
That's a big one.
That is a big one. I want the Bears to sign a WR4. Oh my god.
Honestly, that'd be sick.
I would.
Bears would.
I would come for days. Maybe not
to Bears games.
Yeah, I would come to a lot of Bears games for
many
days of the week.
That's what you meant.
That's exactly what I meant.
Keeping it PG.
Yeah, you know it. Let's see. Oh, Draymond Jones goes to the Seahawks. Kind of like the opposite of Russell Wilson here, going from the Broncos.
Well, and that's ironic because they also released Shelby Harris, who was part of the Russell Wilson trade.
That seems like a lot of money for Demonte Harris. Or from not Demonte Harris, Draymond Jones. I don't know what I was reading. 3 year, $51 million, $17 million a year. The Bears were in the market for him. I don't know. He seems like a good, not great player.
I don't know much about him to comment.
Consistency, but good.
Get your bag, dude.
But yeah, get your bag and good for Seattle.
You talked about Jesse Bates going to the Falcons, right?
One of the biggest safety signings in NFL history.
So his backfield partner Von Bell is going to the Panthers.
That's right. So
that's a big signing.
Good signing for them. Good signing for them. Obviously, McGlinchey goes to the Broncos. I think
yeah.
You mentioned that.
And they also got Ben Powers from the Ravens as well. The Broncos.
I always confuse him and Ben Jones from the Titans, but yes, that's a really good offensive line.
Literally, what are the Broncos doing in free agency? They are shoring up Russell Wilson's health. That's what they're doing. So
right now, the best available players, we're talking about those who are still available. Orlando Brown, the offensive tackle. I still think the Bears are going to get him, but I don't love that move, but I wouldn't be miserable about it. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, James Bradbury from the Eagles. Two really, really good players in the secondary. OBJ, Bobby Wagner.
Yeah, that's right. The Rams cut ties with Bobby Wagner. He had signed a 5-year deal.
Mm-hmm.
They were just like, bye.
And right. Levante David, obviously not coming back to the Bucks. David's still really, really good, productive linebacker.
Yep.
Jordan Poyer, Dalton Schultz, some really nice free agents still. Gesicki, Yannick Ngakoue. I wouldn't mind seeing him come to the Bears.
You read a lot of names,
but you're
just like Bears.
Yeah, well, then we still have a lot of money. That's the thing. Even after all these, signings, there's still a lot of money that the Bears have. I think we still have like $50 million cap space, which is amazing. But yeah, there's some really good players still left on the board, so we'll definitely keep everyone posted.
The Giants made a free agent signing. They signed a former Colt.
Which one?
Bobby Okereke.
I was
tackling
certain,
machine.
I was certain he was going to go to the Bears, and he didn't. He went to the Giants. I'm happier with Edmonds, honestly, but Okereke is a good ass player.
Just tackles. All he does is
absolute tackling machine. Really, really good signing. He'll play really well on that Wink Martindale defense.
So I forgot to tell you, we were going back to the fact that the 49ers got Hargrave for big money, right?
Yes.
DeForest Buckner, who was traded from the 49ers to the Colts for a first-round pick, and the Colts gave him money.
Right.
But not as big of a contract as Hargrave got from the 49ers. Hargrave is 2 years older than DeForest Buckner. People forget.
That is
number one.
But
DeForest Buckner tweeted out a GIF of a stormtrooper basically looking down at his gadget thing.
Yeah.
And it was just one of the funniest things.
That is really funny.
Because it was just so petty. And I loved it. Because I love DeForest Buckner.
Oh no. Buckner's one of the best players on the Colts right now. And I think that's I think it's really interesting right now how we have two again, time is a flat circle for one thing, but also just the idea that I don't know who's better between those two, Hargraves and Buckner at this point. think they're both very good.
I think Hargrave's going to be better in the 49ers system. But also, I don't know who the 49ers defensive coordinator is now.
Y'all can use some pass rush too, by the way. I'm just saying.
Well, the Colts didn't really make any moves on day one, so we'll see. And also, I guess this is technically day -1.
What do you think is going to happen with Lamar Jackson?
That's another point that we did not mention.
I believe we're just mentioning him now. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So much shit going on, man.
So Lamar Jackson got tagged by the Ravens, meaning that he is under contract for 2023 for, I think, $32 million.
The non-exclusive tag. Right?
Non-exclusive tag, which means that any team can negotiate a contract with Lamar Jackson, and then the Ravens essentially have the right to match. So it's essentially like
and the Panthers signed Shy Tuttle. Just a really good name. Continue what you're saying.
Continuing what I'm going to say.
Sorry.
So if you think about the NBA has what's called restricted free agents and unrestricted free agents. If you're a restricted free agent, it means that a team can sign you for a certain amount of money, and the NBA team that they're currently on could match it.
Mm-hmm.
That's essentially what I perceive the non-exclusive tag in the NFL to be like.
Got it.
Because the Ravens basically are not on the same page as Lamar. I mean, that's been the case for the last...
Someone could offer him a contract and the Ravens have an opportunity to match it.
Yeah.
Or they could say, we want the 2 first-round picks.
Yeah.
And it's going to be interesting to see what the Ravens do. I could see them moving on. I think they will move on, actually.
The Colts need to go get Lamar Jackson right now based off of where they are in the draft.
That'd be cool.
I would love it because Shane Steichen has worked...
No, I don't want them to because then you wouldn't be a Bears fan.
I know. Sorry.
But I mean, it'd be cool for him.
Can you think about me not selfishly for a second?
Hey, I'm thinking about you not selfishly. I'd rather you root for a cool team like the Bears instead of a really annoying team like the Colts. But anyway, Case Keenum signing with the Texans. That's cool.
University of Houston.
Now I'm just going through these. Juwan Taylor to the Chiefs. Good pickup for them to replace Orlando Brown.
Yep.
I guess Orlando Brown's really going to demand a bag because they're kind of downgrading.
Speaking of who got a bag, Daniel Jones, $40 million a year.
Jesus. Oh, my God. If I'm an Eagles, Cowboys, or Commanders fan, I'm very happy about that. I don't think Daniel Jones is bad, but he's not that good.
He's not $40 million good.
He's not $40 million good. That's
but
for sure.
He's what they need.
Yes.
And they were going to try to keep him at any price.
No, what they need is they need receivers. They need a pass rush. They need
they're gonna
offensive line.
They're gonna get all that.
They could not do anything against the Eagles last year. They need to figure out how to be the Eagles. That's really what the Giants need to do, because they were good against the other teams. Of course, Jonathan Jones going back to New England.
Yep.
Let's see what else is there.
Yeah.
Franchise tag Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, in result of the Daniel Jones signing, because they were thinking about franchise tagging him, but they didn't want to lose Saquon Barkley.
Right.
So they made the smart move. Joe Shane, great GM, at least in his second season. I feel like he's done a fantastic job. And the Giants just need stability. That's all it is. They are a very mid team right now. They're trying to get themselves into that upper echelon.
Yes.
But they're playing in a really tough division where you have the defending NFC champions in the Philadelphia Eagles, and you've got the Cowboys who had a pretty good year last year, year 2 of the McCarthy era, and the Commanders who are just always garbage.
Always garbage.
Also they need a quarterback.
I could see them making that move for Lamar Jackson.
Can the Colts and Commanders be trade partners again?
Carson Wentz? Wentz is released, right?
Yeah. That was another thing. Yeah. Carson Wentz got released.
Well, why would the Colts and Commanders trade? Matt Ryan? Is that are they trading trash for garbage? What's the deal?
They're trading picks.
Oh, I guess. Oh, maybe. Yeah, sure. But
the Commanders have Sam Howell as their starting quarterback for week 1 this very moment.
Are you saying why would you want to trade with the Commanders though? Who do you want in return?
Well, their pick plus more picks.
Oh, fair enough. No, yeah, just rebuild that whole roster.
Because what can ultimately end up happening is the Colts can just play mind games again and just get the best mid quarterback off of the free agent market, which I don't even know who that is. Is that Marcus Mariota right now? Because he got released by the Falcons.
Shit. I don't know, man. I think it's
But what I'm saying is
Bridgewater.
Teddy Bridgewater would be fine.
Yeah.
But
cool.
2024 is the year that Caleb Williams is going to be in the draft. The USC quarterback, the reigning Heisman Trophy winner. This is the bee's knees of everybody.
Yeah, he's supposed to be really good.
So, if the Colts play these games and they somehow end up getting Caleb Williams as a result of all of this, I will not be mad.
Because that went so well with Andrew Luck. It did go well with Andrew Luck for
I
a little while.
miss him so much.
Yeah, man, I understand. But
it's been 5 years since he retired. Isn't that nuts?
It is pretty crazy. I mean, I did love Andrew Luck.
Jacoby Brissett's also a free agent. Just saying.
Hey, man, Jacoby Brissett's
reunion.
I'm just saying, Jacoby Brissett and Andy Dalton should get awards for being the most boring quarterbacks to watch.
I like watching Jacoby Brissett play.
I guess he's a little. He's a little more interesting than Dalton. Also, they're both really good guys, from what I've heard.
That's also what I've heard as well.
Did we cover? I feel like we covered everything.
Did we?
I think so. Trying to think, like, what else is there?
World Baseball Classic's been on. That's been fun.
That's been very fun. Bears coming for 7-9-1 this year. That's the goal. 7 wins, 9 losses, 1 tie.
Well, you do guarantee a tie for at least one team.
There will be a tie, especially in
there were 2 ties this season, right?
Yes, the Giants and the Commanders, and then the Colts and Texans.
That's right.
Which thank goodness, man, because I would have been if y'all won that game, then the Bears would not have gotten that pick. So, and I'm still very grateful for Lovie Smith for beating all that last game of the season. It was really cool of him to do that.
Well, it's just so great that Jeff Saturday taught his players how to catch the ball on just what was supposed to be.
Remember when y'all blew a 33-0 lead against the Vikings on Thanksgiving? Was it Thanksgiving?
It was Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve, that's right.
Yeah.
I knew it was like a weird of sleeping during the game because it was a weekend. But dude, that was crazy.
That was a Saturday game. That was a weird
game. Is it a game played on the day of the week that you're named after and you still couldn't win after being spotted 33 first half points?
Because Jeff Saturday is not a good
He was not a good coach.
He's a great TV analyst and a very good player.
Good man. Good guy.
And a very good man from what I've heard.
Yeah, man. I mean, like I thought Saturday maybe would be like surprisingly okay as a head coach. And then he blew a 33-0 lead against the Vikings. What do you say? Like, what did you say at halftime? Like, oh, we got this. We could just we don't need to keep our foot on the gas pedal. Let's just, chill out and coast through the second half. Like, what do you say?
He was doing his
33-point lead.
He was doing his best Shabbat impression Saturday.
Oh,
resting his brain.
Yep, prepping for Havdalah.
Yes, because the game was played during the day too. It wasn't a night game.
Lie. The World Baseball Classic's been good. Javier Baez 2 for 3 today against Israel. I love Javier Baez.
We were very upset by the result, though.
Sure, we got perfect gamed against first perfect game in the World Baseball Classic.
Albeit an 8.
Hey, man, maybe Israel needs to go back to, or maybe Israel needs to turn into Palestine.
No.
Now that we got, no, should I not say that?
No.
Now that we got,
I don't like that.
Sorry,
it's okay.
That's pretty funny. But now that we got no hit by, it's a combined perfect game.
Puerto Rico.
But yeah, no 0 hits against Puerto Rico. Good for them. Good for Puerto Rico.
Japan swept
and good for Javi Baez.
Japan swept their pool. Japan won 4 games in a row.
Good for Japan.
They're literally the front runners right now to win the World Baseball Classic.
Well, they do have the best baseball player in the world.
They do. Show it. Bless you.
Thank you.
Whoa.
We would say baseball score. I want to see if we ended up fucking up Canada real good. Let's see. I know Mexico beat USA.
Yeah, that was yesterday.
Yeah. Let's see.
I think you're reading a Mexico article.
Yeah, this is not.
Yeah, that was a 10-2 game.
That's a W, eh?
12-1.
12-1.
Wait, that's a very petty tweet from USA Baseball.
Yeah, what the hell?
Wait, Canada doesn't.
What did Canada do to us, man? Well, actually, there's probably something, but really not.
Canada has Freddie Freeman though.
That is true.
Who's also a very good
playing
baseball player? Yes.
With Canada?
Yes.
Damn, Freddie Freeman just lost 12-1.
Him and Abraham Toro.
And
Tyler O'Neill.
Yep. He's jacked, by the way.
He's jacked.
Hopefully he sucks this year, though. Anyway.
Because you're a Cubs fan.
Yeah,
they play the Cardinals. Also, it's
in London.
There's a new baseball schedule, right? Like the way that they have, everybody's playing everybody, right? Isn't this the first time ever?
Yeah, everyone.
Do you like it?
I'm not really. I don't love it. I like the idea that it's like a special treat to go play the Yankees every now and then, or the Orioles every now and then. I like that it's like a,
you like the leagues kind of thing. You like the fact that
I like the separate leagues. I think it's really cool.
People forget
separate but equal.
We were born and we were about 2 years old. I think you were 1.
We were born when we were about 2 years old.
Well, you didn't let me finish my point. So anyhow, the National American Leagues, they used to have presidents.
Is it really? That's That's hilarious.
Like this was before baseball basically combined the jurisdiction. They still have both leagues separate, but if you played in the American League, you did not play in the National League at all until the World Series.
True.
Strict. And then 1997 comes, interleague play.
No, it happens sometimes. People went over. Lonnie Smith.
No. I'm saying if you're on a National League team, you don't play the
you
American...
don't play against them.
Correct.
I mean, you don't
No.
switch leagues. I'm like, wait, what?
Dude, free agency's the thing.
Yeah, free agency.
No.
Yeah, I'm like, wait, that's crazy. Okay, I see what you're saying now. Okay.
But I get how you would proceed that. So
Anyway,
I'm sorry. I did not explain that.
No, you probably did explain it well. It just kind of went over my head, but no, I got you. But yeah, when did interleague play become a thing?
1997.
That's right. Okay.
That was the first year of interleague play.
I do love interleague play, but it's like every now and then, sprinkled in. I remember being like, it's kind of fun when we get to see, you're looking at the scores at the bottom of the screen, and usually you see like Phillies versus Braves, or you see like Diamondbacks versus Pirates, and then every now and then it's like, oh, Pirates versus Blue Jays, or Rockies versus Orioles or Mariners. I love the Mariners.
I love the Mariners.
I got you to love the Mariners.
Yes, you did. Even though I hate the Mariners because I'm an Angels fan.
I have an itchy nose. Sorry, Mom. But yeah, no, I'm just saying it's like I do like interleague play, but like smatterings of it, not as frequently as the new schedule is making it. But there's a lot of things baseball's doing that I really don't love.
Do you like the new institution of the pitch clock? Do you like the new institution of the bigger bases?
Yes.
Do you like the institution of the banning of the shift?
Sounds like a Harry Potter book.
The institutions
Harry Potter and the banning of the shift. Pitch clock. I like it when I'm watching baseball. I don't like it when I just kind of have baseball on in the background. So
I feel like that's going to be less of a thing for me this year when I'm watching baseball. Because usually I have baseball on for background noise, but with the pitch clock, it's made a difference with spring training.
I like it.
It's shortened games by half an hour. It's made baseball more watchable because
I always love watching baseball, but like I like the pitch clock ultimately.
The pitch clock will be really good for baseball.
I think it's mostly pretty good. I am concerned about pitchers in their arms getting tired but they'll get used to it. Because the good ones will adapt.
I was watching the World Baseball Classic on Sunday. Canada played Great Britain, and I think they scored 17 runs or something like that. And World Baseball Classic doesn't have any of the rules that Major League Baseball has instituted for this year. Like you could still shift, there's no pitch clock, etc. And so it was a mercy rule game. It took 3.5 hours, and they didn't play a full 9.
That's insane.
Yeah,
17. Who won? Not England.
Canada over Great Britain.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Great Britain couldn't. Joey Votto's Canadian also, by the way. I think. Right?
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
I don't think he's on the team.
I don't think so. He's not very good anymore.
Yeah, but he's still the best.
I love Joey Votto. He's an amazing player.
Yeah.
And I respect the hell out of him, even though he's
with
my team's ass all the time.
Yeah.
Great player, and I'm glad he's not very good anymore because he used to always beat my team. But anyhow, yeah, man. I mean, I do I don't hate the shift limits. I think it promotes really good defense. Like you have to be really, and also there are ways around it. Like you could almost have guys go in motion, which is pretty cool.
That's kind of
like
cool.
Javi could blitz, as the pitch is thrown. I like the idea of, like second baseman, you have to be really, really good at defense now. And that plays into the Cubs' hands with Nico Horner, a really good defensive player. Bigger bases, I think, are great because it makes stealing a little bit easier. Let players steal.
And player safety.
That's, I guess, the big thing. But for me, it's like, let players steal, man. Like anything that helps players. I guess there's also a pickoff limit now, too. Anything that promotes speed, brings more speed into the game, I think is a good thing.
We're literally reverting back to 1980s baseball.
Fine by me. Well,
without the cocaine.
Well, I don't know about the cocaine, but without the we're reverting back to 1980s baseball, like in some ways, but also like without the physicality. I do miss a lot of the physicality, and I miss pitchers hitting.
Yeah,
that's still my biggest gripe. I miss pitchers who rake.
If I'm working a baseball game, I hate it.
You hate when pitchers hit?
Yeah, but if I'm watching
I hate fun too.
If I'm purely watching it, just no hands, no anything, then I like watching pitchers.
I like bunts. Bunts are cool.
You know who made bunts really cool? Maury Wills.
Pierre. Maury Willis? Oh, from
Maury Wills.
You remember him from the Mariners doc?
Yes.
He was the Mariners manager, and he was the one who moved home plate. Or no, he moved what did he do? He moved the box 3 inches so one of his guys could have more room to swing, but then the umpire caught him and and Maury Wills was like, dude, I did not expect to get in trouble for that.
Maury Wills literally not invented bunting, but literally it's kind of like
He popularized it, and then it became a horrible manager.
Well, I mean, that's what happens when
Yes.
you can't take the player out of the manager, but you could take the manager out of the.
You can't have your cake and eat it too.
Yeah, sure, that thing.
Speaking of it, which Pi Day is tomorrow? Are you excited?
3.14.
I love pie.
You know,
I'm
there are a ton
big
of
pie guy.
there are a ton of places that are doing 3.14 pizzas.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of fun.
Blaze Pizza is one of them.
Blaze.
Thank you, Cove.
We should probably celebrate Pi Day tomorrow then. Anyway, I think we pretty much hit everything on the head.
We probably forgot stuff.
Probably did, but
it's still just
we love time, and
this is like the first time in like 5 weeks that we recorded a podcast.
I had a good time, man.
Oh shoot, I messed up the microphone.
That's fine.
Is it working?
On behalf of Noah Friedman,
That's me.
I am Elijah Zelonky.
Follow us on social media.
Follow us on social media. You can follow me at Zelonky on Twitter. Add me on Facebook, Elijah Zelonky. I love Facebook.com. It's a great website.
You are one of one.
I'm one of a few. There's a couple people who like Facebook, but yeah,
I've never seen anybody post more than you on
love
Facebook.
Facebook.com.
Yeah.
It's great for the toilet. Like I feel like it's meant for taking a shit. YouTube, Easy Sports Channel. Also, please follow Chicago Clubhouse Network, I should say. Every Thursday afternoon, I do a show, or I guess Thursday evening, rather. I do a show. Easy does it. It's a lot of fun. You can follow Noah at OPA Announcer.
Nope.
At Noah Friedman.
Way long ago.
At Noah Friedman _.
That's the one.
You can follow him back to his house.
Please don't.
I almost said your address, but I didn't.
Wow.
That would have been really bad.
Do you actually know my address off the top of your head?
Yes, it's.
You actually do.
I do.
Know it. That's funny.
But yeah, follow him on Twitter, and you can add him on Facebook too. Noah
Oh, and
Friedman.
LinkedIn. I'm big on LinkedIn.
Yep,
I'm actually big on LinkedIn.
He does love his LinkedIn. Oh yeah, connect me with people on LinkedIn, please.
Yes.
I'm on LinkedIn too. You can link up with me, I guess, but it's not as. It's like a boring version of Facebook.com.
It really is.
Upsets me.
Do you just like saying Facebook.com?
Yes, that is.
It's better than saying the Facebook.
The Facebook.com.
Did you ever see The Social Network?
Yes, great film.
Great film.
Yeah,
The Facebook.
Andrew Garfield is a really good actor,
And so is Justin Timberlake.
and he does whatever a spider can.
Does whatever a spider can. Does.
That's very close. Anyhow, we had fun.
We did.
And look, as always, you could just tell me how stupid I am in the comments. Like, just let me know. Like, if I'm full of crap,
No, you're not
please
full
let
of
me know.
I think I'm
crap.
full of crap. I have to be just like some idiot who's full of crap. Please show up in the comments and tell me how I'm full of crap, because